Okay, meet Alex, 18 years old, just committed to a pre-dental undergrad track. 8 years from now, when Alex walks out of USC's Herman Ostrow School of Dentistry, the dental degree alone will have cost $492,820. $500,000 for 4 years of dental school. Add undergrad debt on top of that, and Alex will owe close to $600,000 before filling his first cavity. Alex's parents' dentist paid a small fraction of that, adjusted for inflation, and retired wealthy on the exact same job. On paper, Alex made the right call. Median dentist salary in the US is $179,210. That's from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, May 2024. 92% employment rate for graduates. Positive job growth outlook? US News keeps the profession in its top 20 best jobs list, year after year. Own your practice by 35. Beach house by 50. You've heard the pitch. Your dentist drives a nice car. Your parents' dentist drove a nice car. The math has always worked. Or it used to. Here's what dental school looked like in 1985. Tuition at a public school ran roughly $5,000 to $8,000 a year. A general dentist in the early 1980s pulled in the equivalent of about $120,000 in today's money. The whole cost of dental services in the American economy has climbed 279% since then. Practice acquisition, tuition, overhead, all of it compounded up. But the income didn't follow. Real income for a general dentist peaked in 2005 and has fallen 16%, inflation adjusted, in the 20 years since. The cost of becoming one has nearly doubled in that same window. 2 lines, one going up, one going down. Alex is signing his name at the intersection. There's a second thing worth naming about 1985. A dentist finishing school then didn't just have lower tuition. They walked into a market where a solo practice could be bought and paid off inside a decade. The generation before Alex bought their practice in their early 30s and had 30 full years of ownership to compound wealth. Practice equity, real estate equity, patient list equity. When they retired, they sold the whole thing to a younger dentist and lived on the proceeds. That's the path Alex's parents remember. That path is closed. So what changed? 2 things at the same time, from opposite ends. On the entry side, the schools flooded the market. First-year dental school enrollment is up 56% since 2005. The graduating class went from 4,350 in 2004 to 7,015 in 2025. 73 accredited dental schools in 2024, up from 55 in 2000. 18 new programs opened in a single generation. A quarter of first-year students in 2024 were enrolled at a school that did not exist when Alex was born. Every year, Alex is in dental school. Another 7,000 new dentists join the cohort behind him, all fighting for the same insurance panels, the same patient pool, the same slot in the same market. On the exit side, private equity bought up the practices those graduates were supposed to inherit. In April 2018, KKR acquired majority ownership of Heartland Dental at a valuation of $2.8 billion. At deal close, Heartland had 1,300 dentists and 840 offices. By 2025, more than 3,100 dentists in over 1,800 offices across 39 states, nearly tripled under KKR. Heartland is the largest dental services organization in the country. Number 2 is Aspen Dental, owned 80% by Leonard Green and Ares Management. Aspen has paid out $212 million in debt-financed dividends to its private equity owners in 2 tranches, $127 million in 2012, $85 million in 2018. Over the same period, Aspen has faced deceptive practice investigations from the Attorneys General of Pennsylvania, New York, Massachusetts, and Indiana. There is a third force, and it's the accelerant, insurance reimbursement. According to the ADA's Health Policy Institute, practice expenses have grown almost 5% over the last 5 years. Revenue has grown 1.5%. The insurers tightened the vise on what a dentist gets paid per procedure, right as private equity rolled up the practices and the schools flooded the market with new graduates. 3 lines closing from 3 sides. The extraction is engineered from both ends of Alex's career. The schools sold him the entry ticket. Private equity took the exit. The insurers narrowed the middle. Now the map. There are about 145,790 active dentists in the US, roughly 44 per 100,000 people. But the national average is meaningless. California has more than 16,000 active general dentists, almost double the next state. The saturated metros, Los Angeles, Miami, Phoenix, Atlanta, Dallas, Manhattan, are exactly where the consolidators moved in first. Insured patient density is highest there, so the DSO overhead is worth paying. Here's the reveal. The highest paying state in the country for a dentist is Vermont, at a $241,020 median. Rural, underserved, low supply. Among the lowest is Florida, a retirement destination where every strip mall has a chain practice. A dentist in rural Vermont earns more than a dentist in Manhattan. The reason isn't complicated. In a rural state, one dentist serves an entire town. There's no competing DSO to undercut fees, no oversupplied graduate pool to pressure hiring rates, no single insurer with enough regional market share to dictate reimbursement. The dentist keeps a bigger piece of what they bill. In Manhattan, there are dental practices on every block. Many are owned by Heartland, Aspen, or one of the smaller PE-backed chains. Fees compress, patients funnel to the corporate offices, and the individual dentist has no leverage. Alex will want to live in Manhattan. Every one of Alex's classmates will want to live in Manhattan. That is not a coincidence. That is how the trap fills itself. Back to KKR. Because this is the mechanism, and it deserves to be named plainly. Under a dental services organization model, the dentist does not own the practice. They work as a W-2 employee inside a corporate structure. Collections come in. Corporate takes overhead, management fees, and margin off the top. And whatever's left funds the dentist's salary. Practice equity accrues to the parent company. That's KKR. When Alex retires, Alex sells labor back to the market. Alex does not retire on selling a practice he built and grew, the way his parents' dentist did. That door closed while Alex was an undergrad. Here's how the door closed. When a private practice owner reaches retirement age today, KKR and its peers are the buyer, not another young dentist. The young dentist can't afford the practice. Between $400,000 in personal debt and a saturated market, no bank will underwrite the acquisition loan the way it did in 1990. So the practice sells to the DSO. It absorbs the patient list, keeps the equipment, and hires the young dentist as staff. The retiring dentist gets a check. The young dentist gets a paycheck. KKR gets the compounding asset. Aspen's $212 million in dividends went to Leonard Green and Ares. Heartland does not publish comparable numbers, but the model is identical. This is the extraction. It has a name, and the name is on the ownership paperwork. Here's the one piece of good news. I can read Alex's x-rays. Trained diagnostic models now match a dentist on caries detection at 93% sensitivity, and multi-location practices report a 23% lift in catch rate with AI imaging in place. But that's where the machine stops. AI can spot the microcavity on the x-ray. It cannot numb the nerve, drill the tooth, pull a wisdom tooth, or place an implant. Every state dental board defends the scope of practice under law. There is no active deregulation effort in any state. Academic timelines put full physical task substitution beyond 2035. General AI capable of the whole job, past 2047. The job Alex trained for will still exist in 2036. Whether the money will still exist is a different question. Now the math. Alex is 18, enters undergrad. 4 years, cost of attendance around $40,000 a year at a private school. Graduates at 22 with about $85,000 in student debt. Dental school starts at 23. The average graduate in the class of 2025 left with $297,800 in dental school debt on top of that. If Alex went to USC, add another $200,000 on top of the average. Call it $400,000 total at first day of practice. Alex takes an associate job at a Heartland-owned office in Manhattan. $145,000 to start. After a 22% effective tax rate, that's $113,000 net. Minimum payment on $400,000 in Grad Plus debt at the current 8% federal rate, 25-year term. Runs about $37,000 a year. That leaves $76,000 for rent, food, and life. In a city where a one-bedroom is $4,000 a month, Alex is 26 years old. Meanwhile, Jordan, Alex's high school friend, skipped college. Started an electrician apprenticeship at 18, earning around $40,000 a year. Journeyman by 22, at $65,000. By 26, when Alex is finally getting his first real paycheck, Jordan is a senior journeyman making $75,000 a year, with zero debt, and cumulative lifetime earnings of about $460,000. By age 30, Jordan is a master electrician clearing $85,000. Cumulative earnings around $780,000. By that same age, Alex has grossed roughly $580,000, and still owes $350,000. Look at the two 26-year-olds. At 26, Jordan owns a work truck, is 8 years into a pension plan. He's putting money in a 401k and could underwrite a house loan tomorrow. At 26, Alex is renting a one-bedroom in Manhattan, sending $3,000 a month to a federal loan servicer. Every life milestone that Jordan reached at 22 is still 4 to 6 years away. Marriage, house, kids, everything on hold behind the debt. Alex catches Jordan at age 42. Alex's parents' generation would have caught the trade worker in their early 30s. The deal got a decade worse in one generation. Now the international detour. Germany trains dentists in a 5-year direct entry program, straight out of secondary school. Public university tuition is roughly 300 euros per semester. A German dentist graduates at 23, debt-free. The UK is a 5-year integrated Bachelor of Dental Surgery. Government capped tuition at £9,535 a year. About £48,000 total. Also graduates at 23. Half of Australia's dental programs are 3-year direct entry undergraduate degrees. At Sydney and Adelaide. Only Canada shares the American structure. 4 years of undergrad, plus 4 years of dental school. Everywhere else in the developed world, the 4-year pre-dental undergrad is not a scheduling quirk. It is $85,000 in additional tuition. It is 4 more years of compound interest on debt that started at 18. And it is $150,000 to $200,000 in foregone income that Jordan is collecting during those same 4 years. A German dentist and Alex both start filling teeth. The German one starts 3 years earlier, debt-free, having lost nothing to that detour. Someone engineered that detour. It wasn't the dentist. So who won? KSKR, Leonard Green, Ares Management, every private equity firm rolling up practices. The 18 new dental schools that opened since 2000 to sell $500,000 credentials into a saturated market. The federal loan servicers collecting 8% on Grad Plus. Who paid? Alex. And the 7,015 dentists who joined his class in 2025. And every class about to enter for the next decade. Should Alex become a dentist in 2026? The job is real, the license is defended. The chair will still exist in 2036. But the version Alex's parents entered, where a dentist owned his practice, kept what he built, and retired on selling it, is not what Alex bought. Alex bought a salary. Someone else bought the practice, the extraction, and the wealth. If Alex were your kid, would you sign the loan?